Hmm. I'm not hearing anything. All right. Getting off to a slow start. And hopefully, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's this doesn't seem to be working quite right. Oh, that's a little bit loud. That's a little bit loud. Yeah, that might still be a little bit on the loud side. Try that again. Okay, for some reason it keeps turning itself off. Huh. The sound, that is. Okay, let's go ahead and try this. All right, new game. This is usually the page you will see if you've bought to play the game recently. Now, this is August of 2026. So there's been some upgrades if you haven't, upgraded the game for a while. All right, the first thing you do is press right here. I'm playing on a PC with a mouse, so I'll just click. Left click. Now, normally you want to go to a game that's, or I should say a server that has a game on it. These others usually require a bunch of things for you to download and purchase. So go to the center ones. Now what you want to do is you want to look at the ping. And you want to look to see, make sure it's on your server type, not these others. So I'm in North America, so it's NA. And then I just press enter. You see where it's blinking up here? Right up here. Then I just hit enter. Now that will remove all those other European servers and stuff and put me on only North American servers. So now the next thing I want to do is take a look at these pings. Try to pick one that's kind of low. This may take a while for you to get a ping you like. So you left click with your mouse. It's got 6 players, 70 possible. So that means we might get some help if we need it. Unfortunately, this is modded. I don't want to do a modded one. I want to do one that's not modded. That way I don't have to buy anything extra. So let's try this one. Alright, doesn't look like there's any mods or anything. It's only got 2 players right now. So, well, it is really, really early in the morning for me. This one's got 4 players right now, so I'll click on that one. That's not very many players. Of course, this is a weekday, so it's kind of hard to say. Weekends and holidays for more players is pretty common. Alright, so let's click on this one and then hit join. This is going to be real basic stuff, and I'll try to give you a lot of hints on what problems can. Alright, this is the guy that I've already generated and I normally use him. Now, you can make changes if you want to, like the skin color and stuff. Now I can go here, left click, and then I can move him darker. This is a left click and drag type thing. Lighter. a little more kind of a red color. See how it changes? So I'll go with that right there. Now if I click up here on face, then I could change. See, face 1. Here's all your different options. Face 2. Face 3. Well, I should say set. Face set 3. So if I click here, nothing changes. See the slight changes with each of these that I click on? I'll just stick with that one, I guess. Well, I don't know. He looks kind of angry. He looks kind of angry in all of these. Alright, I'll go with that one. Now you got the scalp. And you got these little... This is your center line. And what? See what happens? Now if you want to just be normal, dead center, then you just hit reset. Dead centers everything. Then you got the brow, dead center. Got the eyes, dead center. The mouth. Now if you don't want to use the mouth that they show, you can do, you know, anything like just dragging, just left click, drag and drop. I usually just go with the center since it doesn't really change that much. You got the same thing with the head. Now here you got numbers you can play with. See, you got click on it, left mouse button, slide it around. See what it does with his eyes. So let's go with 90. Iris color. Same thing as just, you know, click, drag it around. Decide what color you want his eyes to be. And then let go when you're happy. Iris outer color. It may not be real obvious since we're looking, you know, inside here. And then you got a hairstyle. Some of these are pretty wild. That's kind of a Viking-like. Oh, mercy. No hair at all. Well, I'll just go back to what I had. And you got length and all that stuff. Now, if you want shorter hair, you just click on this. There's medium. And that's short. It's about the only two choices you have. Hair color. Well, it's the same thing again. You drag it around. Or want him to be more of a redhead. Hair tips. That's more obvious if the hair is kind of long. And we could kind of move it so he's got kind of a reddish tint. That looks pretty good. Eyebrows. Basically none or thick. It's about the only real choices you have. Facial hairstyle. I've got the bearded one. No beard. Mustache only. Different kind of mustache. Full face with Viking-like tags or links. Yeah, I think I'll go with the clean cut this time. facial hair length. Right now we got short or we got medium. I think I'll go with medium. The color, I'm going to try to match it more to the, let's see, that's a little bit on the dark side. That doesn't look too shabby. Looks like a fairly good match. Facial hair tip gradients. Well, let's see. We could go a little lighter, a little darker. I'm going to go with that one right there. That looks like a fairly good match. Okay, the head size. See what it does, it just upper face size. A little bit more of a Neanderthal, lower face size. Gives him a little bit wider jaw. Head width. Yeah, I'll go with that. Depth. Kind of, well, let's see. If I left click here and I drag it around, you can get a better look. See how that works? This is, I just click it right here. I hold down the left mouse button, and while I'm holding it down, move it. Okay, neck size. Give him a little bit more of a thicker neck. That's not too shabby. Everything you can see starts at, give him a little bit more of a forehead. Give him a little bit more of a neck length. Oh, that don't look too bad right there. Neck muscles. Kind of whiten him up a little bit. Give him a stronger looking neck. Face fat. Does he eat a little bit too much too often? Okay, so now let's go to torso. You want to improve his chest size, shoulder width, hip width, or do you want to thin him down a bit? Torso size, thicken him up a little bit, and the torso height, stretch him out a little bit more. Pectoral muscles, give him a little bit more beef. Chest fat. I think I'll leave it there. Trapezoid. See there by his neck. Back muscles. Well, we probably need to turn him around for that. Give him a little more definition. It does make him look a little bit like he's humpbacked. Yeah, that looks a little more normal. Okay, I can't really see it. Alright, so now we'll go. See what happens. Now, if you want your avatar to be deformed, this is how you do it. Whoops, gotta go back to the back again. Abs. Okay, obliques. Sometimes you want to look in the back to see what's changing. And belly fat. It doesn't change much. There you go. You have to get right in there. All right, now let's do the arms. Okay, hand size. Big hands. Upper arm. Lower arm. Kind of a Popeye, the Sailor Man effect. Arm length. I'm trying to think. That probably closer to normal. Triceps, that's the back of the arms. So you go look up in this area. Biceps, back to the front. You want to look in this area. Okay. Forearm, that'd be up in here. And then deltoids, that's usually up in here. That looks okay. Arm fat. I'll go and leave it in there. It makes him look a little more muscular, doesn't it? Alright, so now let's go to the legs. Foot size, so we look down here. Giving him a little bit bigger feet. Upper leg up in this area. Lower leg, so we'd be looking down here. In fact, you might want to turn him around a little bit. And then we've got leg length. So what do you think? Does that look about halfway normal? Quad muscles. Hamstring. It's kind of hard to see unless you turn him around. I've got something getting in the way here. Not too. Okay, let's see. Thigh fat. We have to turn him around. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, glutes. Well, I'll turn him around for that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Calves, that'd be down there. Well, fat, butt fat. Yeah, that means he eats healthy. Calves. Oh, he's well built, that's for sure. The fat. Thicken up his ankles and stuff. I'll go with that right there. Alright, cosmetics. Unlockable. Oh, you have to have something that you purchased, it looks like. Yeah. Animated cosmetic pack. Alright, these are something I purchased a long time ago, where it has all these different characters. Let's see, we're looking at guys mostly. Kind of a cartoon-like thing. Oh, that's an old... Is that a man or a woman? Hard to say. Now, some people like these, and others, you know, I figure they're playing a cartoon game. But there's supposed to be a history against all that. Alright, so I'll just say remove cosmetics, getting back to where he was. Alright, and let's see, what else we got here? Gloves, pants, boots. I don't think I have anything in here. Unlocked cosmetics, nope. So that's pretty much it. Now we want to give him a name. So I'll just call him Saba. There we go. Hit the enter key. And we're pretty much done. Click back into general. Now you do have voices. You'll have to listen real close. I don't know if you actually could hear that or not. But you got different voices. I think these others are women. Yeah, those are women. So I'm going to go with 2. Yeah, that should... I think I got a good guy. So we'll go ahead and create. Now, when you start the game, you've got these different zones. Now, look at these. That's going to tell you how difficult the game is going to be. Now, if this is your first game, you're going to have to go with these first 3 zones. And if you look on the map here, it'll tell you where it is. Now I'll switch to 2. You see these green right here? 1, 2, 3. Well, this one is kind of popular, the first one. So you may have trouble finding somewhere to build, but I'll show you how to figure that out. Now 2's not too bad. As far as the dinosaurs that are coming through that'll tear up your character first chance they get. Zone 3, that is very rough. That has a tendency to be a wee bit too of a challenge. Too much of a challenge for first-time players. So I'm going to recommend you go to Zone 1. And then you click here, left mouse button. Just about everything is a left mouse button click.
Are you the one I've been waiting for? You might be. I hope so. It's been so many cycles since I was her. Do I even still remember Hope? I wasn't sure you'd ever turn up. The odds just kept getting longer. I guess I've been losing faith, while they've been gaining power. You have to reach me. Everything depends on your survival. Master this world. Make allies of its many creatures. Grow your strength and skill. Explore this place like I did so long ago. Put the pieces together and find me, survivor. You may be the only one who can.
You know, kid, sooner or later, you're gonna have to talk about it. What are you drawing over there, anyway? Hey, That's not bad. And this is you over here with this dum-dum?
Don't be mean to Honker. No, I don't want to talk about him.
He's your dad, Mika. Now, I may not know a lot, and I made plenty of my own mistakes back in my day, but I do know one thing. Families gotta stick together.
Well, why don't you go tell him not to be such a stinky dino goon?
That's just not how it works, Mika. Look, maybe old Uncle Bob here can shed some light on the situation, about why the big man thinks the way he does.
Wait, you knew my dad before all this? So, were you also on the, what did he call them? The ARKs?
Yeah, those. Say, have I ever told you the story about how Dad and I saved everyone together?
You were there? You were one of the heroes?
Well, yeah, sure. In fact, you might say that I was the most important part of the whole story.
Okay.
Go ask Santiago yourself if you don't believe
No!
me.
I want you to tell me, Uncle Bob.
All right, then. Let's start at the very beginning. On a faraway tropical island surrounded by sparkling blue water. That island was the first time I ever saw big, dumb lizards like Honker here. And it was the first place I ran into her.
So the game has started. Remember, we're in Zone 1. Now, people have been playing on this server for a while, so you see that right there? That's called a pillar. It's got an attachment called a ladder. You can use other attachments. And the reason why it's got that ladder is that he doesn't want that pillar to disappear. Because if that pillar goes away, he's going to lose his spot. Someone else will come in, stick a pillar, and next thing he knows, he's got a neighbor. And believe it or not, players don't want neighbors. They want to hoard as much area as they can. Now I'm holding down the W key and I'm moving my mouse if I want him to go left or right. See, there's a critter out there. These are water spouts. But anyway, you'll see all kinds of different things on the ground like this, telling you you cannot build here. Now, if this is unlocked, nope, it's locked, so you cannot drink water here. Now, if you go up into the interior, you might find yourself facing more pillars with ladders or something on top of them. And you heard that dodo bird? There it is, right there. It's a female. Her level is 45. But anyway, you punch them out and then you feed them berries. Now, you might not know how to collect berries. You see these bushes? Here you go. Now look down and hold the E like an echo key. And as long as you're holding it down and there's something for him to pick up, he'll pick it up. You gotta get in the middle, look down, and when he stops, as long as your internet connection is working, every so often it'll stop working. Now, some of these, you can't collect anything from them. They're just decoration. Alright, so let's stop and push the I like in Idaho or Indigo. And you see there, we just did enough to gain 1 experience points. These are the things that we harvested using the E and Echo key. Now, it's my habit to do the health first. Now that opens up some options. Now you're going to want this tool and you're going to want this weapon. Now we used up all the points except 2. So that's all we can do. Each time you gain a level, you'll have more stuff open up. That way you learn the skill by investing. And that was a double click with the... Now you also got this bamboo here. The bamboo does the same thing. It allows you to pick up stuff, so you just keep holding down the E key until he stops. And then you can push the I, like in Idaho, and you can see what you've picked up. Now I'm going to recommend that you put your cursor on this blackberries and press the O, like then the letter O, and see what it does. It stops a little package. Now if you want to pick the package up, like it tells you right there, just press the E key. And if there's more than one, you want to pick them all up at once, use the F, like in Frank, key. All right, now as long as you see these, you're at a disadvantage. But for now, what we want to do is you see where it says, like see we go over here, you see the hand symbol on the right hand side, the top symbol? That means you can harvest something. Now if you're in a bunch of rocks like we are now, and you press the E key, that means he's going to pick up stuff. Now notice there's no hand there, so we have to move around a little bit until we see the hand come up again. There it is. And since we're in rocks, that's all he's going to pick up is rocks. Loose rocks. So you just keep moving around, holding down your W key for a little bit until you see that hand symbol pop up. And then you know there's something you can pick up. And remember, it's going to be on the lower right hand side of your screen. Okay, so we've picked up 4 rocks. When we picked those berries, that's where we got the fiber. So now we want to get ourselves some wood. That way we can start making some tools. So find a tree, a skinny one, thick one, doesn't matter. Or driftwood. Driftwood works good also. And hold down your left mouse button. Now look on the left hand side of your screen and you can see that he picked up some stuff. Hey, how's it going there, buddy? That's the normal greeting. I wonder if he's a new player. Probably is. Well, anyway, I key again, like we want to look at our inventory. We picked up a couple pieces of wood, 6 pieces of that. Oh, he's trying to do the same thing. I usually do the driftwood first. It doesn't do as much damage. Now you see all those symbols? Let me make it a little easier to see. You see on the right hand side, you see the hand. Then you see this weight system. And then you see a teardrop. That's how you know if you're thirsty or not. Then you see like a ham hock. That's if you're hungry. You see the Z-like symbol, looks like lightning bolt. That's telling you if you're exhausted or not. It will go down if you're doing something that tires out your avatar. And then you got the plus sign. As you are dying or losing your life energy, that goes down. And eventually it'll go all the way down, and when it goes completely disappears on you, then your avatar dies. And then you see right now a pulsating yellow crystal-like thing. That's on your wrist, your avatar's wrist. That means I just gained another level. Also, you see a message to the top in purple. Level up is available. Access inventory to apply it. And you also see another thing. Off to the left of that pulsating crystal is a snowflake. That's telling you you're cold. The rain is cold. Now, it's not affecting your health plus sign, so you're doing okay. So anyway, let's hit the I key like normal. You'll be doing this a lot. And let's decide what we want to... Now, I'm going to do Fortitude because that helps him resist cold. Now, this is my next serious. So double click. And we want to get him some shoes, I guess. So if you want it, you just click on it once. If you want to, hit the enter key. Uh-oh, that goes in the chat. So I'll just double click. Now the next thing I think would be a good investment would be the pants. Now I've got 4 left, and this is going to cost 3. So that's all I could do. So I got that so I could cook some meat when I have it. Protect my feet, my legs. But I have to make those items. So the shortcut is the V like in Victor key. Takes you right into crafting. Now you could do it a different way if you want to. You can do just about everything a different way. Hit the Idaho key. And then come over here and left click with the mouse. That takes you into the inventory. Now, if I want to make that, I have to have 50 fiber. I've got 58. See, the first number is what you got. The second number is what you need. So we'll double click and it'll start making the pants. Now we go back to the inventory, look for the pants, and now we right click. See at the bottom of that pop-up window, right click for more options. So we'll right click and we'll say equip. Now we can either left click on it or we can hit the E key like it shows for echo. Oh, come on. It made me use the left mouse button. I pressed on the E key and nothing was happening. Alright, so now we got some pants. Now, we do want some shoes, but we don't have what we need. We need hide, skin of a dinosaur. And we need more fiber in order to craft one of those. Now, I do want to craft one of these as soon as possible, but as you can see, I need more thatch. I've got enough stone. I've got 4, only need 1. I've got enough wood. I've got 2, only need 1. But thatch I don't have, so this is my first tool. So, since we don't have anything else to work with, we got to find us a tree and punch it. Now, we could also do these broken trees. Just hold down your left mouse button. Watch on the side there. See on the left-hand side? It's telling me what we've got. That's enough. Alright, so let's hit I key again. Let's go to crafting. And we've got everything we need. So now we'll double click. Then we'll go back to inventory. Now you can use the I key on your keyboard instead. Now it's in your inventory. Now where is your inventory? Well, it's kind of a mystery. It's like as if you got a backpack, but it's invisible. Maybe you got pockets. Maybe all this stuff is in your pockets. Well, anyway, you want it down here on your heart bar. Now, there's a slot right there, number 1. So I'll put my cursor on it. And I'll press the number 1 key. Boom. Now I could come up here, or I could just hit I again. I turns it on and off. Now when I press 1, I've got a tool. Can't really see the tool. Oh man, look at the side of that shark out there. See it in front of that rock in the distance? Big gray rock. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit the I key. Alright, what do we want to improve next? I'm going to go with his weight. How much weight? Now let's go with melee damage. So when he's harvesting stuff or beating up on something, he has more damage. There we go. Now we've got some more points. Shirt would make sense. Gloves would make sense. And we can do a hat, right? Yep. But that'll get us down to 0. We used up all of our points. So that's the best we could do. Now, if we want to make all that stuff, V like in Victor. And let's see, we've got that already. Fiber. It's all about the fiber. So let's press the number 1 key, get rid of the tool. That way his hands are free. And then just do like we did before. You see these branches that are falling down? Pick them up the same way. And let's do another one. Just like before, we just look down and we hold down. And you can see he's picking up grasses and stuff that are near him. All right, let's go back into V like in Victor. All right, let's see. Let's make our shirt. Double click. We still have some left over, so let's make a hat. Now the next thing that would be useful would be this, but we need flint. All right, let's go ahead and dress him first. I key and double click, or you can use the E key. There it goes. And I'm going to go ahead and dump this one with the O letter key. There we go. I don't want to make a mistake of eating either one of those right now. All right. So now what do I need? I want to make... There it is right there. I need flint. Now I can harvest flint with that tool, which we have in slot number 1. So we'll press the number 1 key on our keyboard. Now we'll go up to a rock and let's see if we can damage it. I'm holding down the left mouse button. Okay. Now we can keep doing that and get, stone, but we should get more flint with this particular key. Now let's go back into V, like a Victor. Remember, there's more than one way to get just about anything. All right, we've got what we got. We have everything we need, so we'll double click. Then we'll go back to our inventory. I'll just use the left click. And then we'll put this tool in slot number 2 by pressing, once we got the cursor on top of it, just pressing the number 2 key. And we still got plenty of space left. We're not hitting a weight limit or anything. We used up a little bit of water and we're starting to get a little bit of hunger. But we're not quite done enough points. We need to do experience points. We need a total of 70. Right now we've got 60. Now notice how it slowly counts off. But every time you do something, it counts off a little faster. Okay, so now let's see. What do we want to do next? Well, we can't do this one yet. We could do this one. Oh, no, we can't. We got to have hide. We have to kill an animal to do that. Well, we're going to need this. Oh, here comes that big dumb beast. We need stone and we need more thatch. Now, we're looking for thatch rather than wood. We'll get some wood maybe, but we want to hit a tree. Man, I'm getting a lot of lag. Get close enough and use the number 1 tool. There we go. he just run all over the place, didn't he? All right, let's go back up here at this one. And we'll hit this one. Move a little closer. All right, we should have plenty of thatch now. And now we just need stone. Now, if you want to get more stone than flint, then you want to use your number 2 hatchet. We hit slot number 2. Now, some of these rocks you can't do anything to them. You cannot harvest anything from them. It'll be obvious to you when nothing happens and you're swinging, nothing's being harvested. All right, you heard that sound? That just destroyed that big rock. And now it's starting to shrink away, disappears. All right, let's go back into inventory. We have everything we need. Everything's green. So we'll double click. And that was enough to get us over the 70. Let's see, are we having any trouble? Not with the weight yet, but we are showing we're getting hungry a little bit faster than normal. So I'm going to do food. All right, so now what can I do? Well, we can start building thatch, fiber, and wood. We can get our first foundation. Then we're going to need some walls. We could also make doorways with this. And we're going to want doors and windows. Oh, we don't have enough points. I don't want a decoration box. This is the box I want. A useful box. That would be kind of a waste. So that's all we can do right now. We've got 2 left over, but that's pretty much it. All right, so let's put away our tool and let's start picking food. What you just saw fly by, very, very dangerous bird. If I had have been swinging a tool and it jumped in front of me so that I hit it, it would have killed my avatar in just a few bites. Now notice on the ground that some stuff is disappearing. You see that little piece of grass like sticking up there? That's harvestable. This one's harvestable. See, we're picking up stuff that we can't even see. See, it's behind us. Now, these I can harvest by hand. They will not let me use a tool. I don't have access to the tool that would work. That comes quite a bit later. It's kind of a sickle. I don't know how familiar you are with old farming by hand techniques like wheat and stuff. But when we can finally get that far advanced in our experience points, we'll focus on that. All right, I'm starting to show a little bit of hunger. My ham hock on the lower right hand side. So let's go to inventory. Like I said, for now, I'm going to just get rid of these because I don't want to be eating those right now. They have a special purpose. All right. There's the 2 little packets. Now let's eat some more berries. We'll eat these. Just hold down the E key to consume them. And we'll do the same thing here. I can't eat rocks, so it automatically stops. And we're making process. It's kind of a slow change in the appearance. It fills up all the way up to the top of the bone. But we're good for now. We're good for now. All right, let's see. Let's go back in inventory. We need 120 experience points. We've got 92.93 so far. See, even if you're standing still, it's slowly counting. But by doing something, just about anything, in the way of harvesting or construction. See, what's his level? His level is 10. Oh man, that's pretty low. But he runs kind of fast, so we won't try to beat him up and take his meat and his hide from him. So what could we do? Well, let's see. V, like in Victor. We could start making some of these. In fact, we've got enough stuff to make a few of them already. Well, only 2 of them. We need 6 wood, and we've only got 12, so we have to collect some more wood. I still got plenty of space, and we'll use the hatchet. Find us a tree. And like I said before, I'm just holding down the left mouse button when I get close enough. Now, did you notice that his head is hiding inside the tree as he's chopping? Yeah, it wasn't quite so obvious that time. Let's try this one. Get real close. The internet is lagging again. There it goes. If he's swinging, there's no noise. It's one of 2 things. You have the wrong tool on the wrong device, or the internet is lagging. All right, now notice that he can't go very fast as I hold down the W, like in way, water. What else starts with W? Now, we've got pillars all over the place, so I know I can't put down a foundation. So if I go to inventory, and oh, I didn't make any yet, did I? I need to craft some first. So that's a right click, that's a left click. Now we'll go back to our inventory. Then we'll still making 1 more. That was enough, so I could get another point. So let's see. I'm thinking I might want to invest in melee damage. I've already done 1 investment here. Crafting skill would be nice, but I think melee damage is going to be the best investment right now. All right, we do need to have a ceiling for our little hut. We do want doors and windows, and we can't do that one. We got left here. We got 4 left. Pillar. Ooh, that would probably be my best option right now. If nothing else, we can mark territory and see how much territory is available to us. All right, I see some driftwood. That's easier on our tools. You see our tools are getting damaged. They're wearing out. There we go. Now notice that on the right-hand side, it's flashing yellow. That means I'm getting close to my weight limit. If that turns red, I'm going to be really having trouble moving. Right now, I'm really slow. Yeah, I don't want to push my luck. Now let's see. I didn't see any indication of a build spot that way. using my game experience. So I'll tell you what. We'll still be in the easy zone. Let's just go this way. Yeah, we're too close, so there's no way. Wow, there's a lot of driftwood there. All right, so let's hit the old I key, and let's click on one of these and place. So that's a right and a left click, and I see how it's turning red right now. Even if we go back this way, it stays red. So there's probably a pillar back there. A player put it down so they wouldn't have any neighbors. Kind of hogging all the space they can. See the message up there? So let's go back here and see if by chance this will turn green. Oh, nope, there's a pillar with a ladder on it right there. Actually, it's two pillars. The ladder's on the second level. Now, if an animal comes out and tries to attack us, I'll have to right click, right quick, and then left click to use my harvesting tool as a weapon. There's another pillar. Lots and lots of players are very, very stingy. They figure they're going to build a monster fort, and they don't want any neighbors moving in too close. Nothing's turning green yet. That dinosaur's following us around. Oh, we turned green. Look at that. We just turned green. So let's stop. All right, let's see. Let's back up a little bit. Find where it turns. Whoop. So now we want to go about 2 steps in. Left click and left click again. Now we want to see how far out this goes. Oh, we got a good spot. Okay. So this looks like a pretty good sized spot. There's nobody up here. Yep, this looks like a good spot for us. All right, so now let's start putting down foundation pieces. All right, now let's see. We should be able to put, I think I got one more. Yeah, we got one more. Now notice that you can't keep it at the same level because of the incline. Now, if I'm going to make some more of those, I got to collect more thatch, it looks like. Yeah, mostly thatch. So we use the number 1 tool. Find us some wood. That'll give us mostly thatch. It'll give us a little bit of wood, but mostly thatch. You can look over there on the left-hand side, and you can see what the game's giving you. See it? Wood, thatch, more thatch. Whoa, you getting kind of close there, buddy. You want me to hit you or something? Thatch, wood, and that's it. All right, now notice when the trees fall down, it takes a while for them to go away. They'll fall down and stay there for a while. All right, back to V for Victor, and let's make some more foundation pieces. we can make a total of 5. Now I'm going to press the A key and see if it works. No, it does nothing. I wonder if I got caps lock on. Now let's try it. No. Yeah. All right, so we'll have to use the left mouse button. The only thing I could tell you is the game is kind of screwy. Things that should work sometimes don't. All right, how are we doing on water stuff? Well, we got the blinking yellow, so we're kind of heavy. As we make foundation pieces, it didn't reduce it hardly at all. But also, if you look here, you can watch this gap. If it's going that way, then it's going to turn red. If it's going this way, it's going to be more black in here, saying that you can still manage the weight. All right, so we just established our corner. No, we can't go that way. It's obstructed. There's a pillar, probably from that guy over there. It's too close. But we could go this way. Now, if we... See what I'm doing? I'm using the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. But if I look up, see how the foundation goes up? So now it matches the height of the other one. Uh-oh. We've got a problem already. That's not good. So let's go over on this side. And then let's pick these up. Now look at it. You see where it says hold for pick up thatch foundation? So hold down the E key, hold it down, and then left click. Hold it down again and left click. Now I can use those parts. Now let's see. Let's get into inventory. That's obstructed. That's pretty good size for now. All right, so let's go ahead and improve our weight, how much weight we can handle. All right, what can we do now? Well, I definitely want a storage box. I definitely want to make some storage boxes. Sloped roofs, thatch roofs, well, that would give me stairs. And when I want to do wood or stone, it's going to make me buy this anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and use up my last points. See, I'm down to 0 now. That's all I could do. All right, so what do we need to do to get some more of these? Mostly thatch and fiber. So we'll use the number 1 tool. And we'll get more thatch. Got a little bit of wood that time too. Come on, get out of the way. I'm trying to do some harvesting here. That particular critter is the first one you normally tame. It's pretty easy to tame for the most part, so it's not much of a challenge as long as you know how to prevent them from running away, because they're too fast to chase. There's about 4 ways that you can trap them so they can't run away. Uh-oh. Now, if I press the number 1 key, yep, I had everything I needed. See on the left-hand side? 1 stone, 1 wood, 1... All right, load it back up. That just means I already had in my inventory everything I needed. Alright, now let's see. I probably still need... Yeah, I still need fiber. So we got to put our tools away and start picking plants. Yeah, it won't let me do that one. It's growing through my foundation pieces. So, of course, an animal can pick those up. And later on, we're going to want to use an animal to do our collecting of food berries. We might have enough to where we could do some more. Right now, we're just trying to decide how big we can make this. Okay, let's make some more of these. There's 6. All right. Let's see. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those for now. Let's see. We're a little bit hungry. There's a little bit of space there. So let's get over here, put the cursor on it, and press E. Just hold it down. There we go. All right. Now let's get into our inventory and put down these 6. It won't go down any lower, so let's do both sides at the same rate. All right, let's see. That's not too shabby for a start. All right, what do we need to make some more of these? Mostly fiber. Well, this is a survival game, so like most survival games, you have to do a lot of collecting of parts and pieces. Basic resources. There's just no way to get around it. So you're going to spend about 80% of your game time going around harvesting resources so that you could do building projects. So basically you don't want to get too carried away making huge projects. It'll just get totally monotonous after a while. All right, so let's see. I need one more. All right, let's see. We haven't done anything with crafting skill yet. So let's go ahead and do that one. All right, let's see. What can I do? Well, until I have this wouldn't do me much good for knocking out a critter, turning it, feed it and turn it into a pet. I'll go ahead and invest 4. That'll give me 4 left over. Because I'm going to need, I think it's like 6 or more for that bola. But I got to kill a critter to do that. Alright, this is going to be big enough, I think. So let's go ahead and take our 3. Let's go across with it. So I need 1 more, and I've got my first shelter with foundations to say how big it's going to be. Now, if you don't like that, you can go back here, pick up your foundation, and now you should be able to harvest. And then you can put your foundation back. There we go. All right, let's see. What do we need now? Oh, I just need the one, so I'll double click with the mouse. And there's our last corner. All right, so there's the size. So now we want to start doing walls. The walls are right there. I can make 4 right now. All right, I'm going to need some more walls. So what do I need? Looks like I need mostly fiber and thatch. So let's go ahead and get the fiber. Just keep in mind you want to get right in the center of the bush if you can. Look down. So you'll be looking at the top of the head of your avatar. And on the left hand side you can see what you're gathering. All right, number 1 tool, the pick. Find us a tree and chop it down. All these trees and bushes and stuff, they come back. They reappear as if magic. Uh-oh, I'm having trouble. That must not be wood. That must be something like bamboo. All right, so how many walls can I make this time? 4 more. And then I'm going to need, looks like more thatch, because it uses 10 every time it makes a wall. Yeah, I'm going to need more thatch. I still got plenty of weight limit left. It's kind of hard to tell, but that looks like bamboo. And I don't really need bamboo right now. They won't let me chop that down with the tools I have. I'm not getting very much thatch. I've got the right tool to get more thatch and less wood. I guess I did mention that everything in this game poops, didn't I? There's a dodo. So you're going to hear a lot of that. Everything poops. And it poops often. Alright, this better be my last one. There we go. Now let's go ahead and make it. We've been pretty lucky so far. We haven't been getting attacked. It's pretty common to have a problem with that in this game. Uh-oh, there's one of those nasty birds right there. You hear them? They will steal anything and everything you might have. The dodo birds are pretty well harmless. They're just basically a little bit of meat, a little bit of hide. And they will, if they're females, they will lay eggs, which is a nice food source. Oh, there's a pillar right there. Get back to our construction site. There we go. All right, so let's start putting down our walls. Let's see, what are we going to focus on this time? Well, we're having more trouble with the weight. So let's focus on the weight. We're going to have to get some water and eat some berries soon too. All right, there's what we want right there. But height is going to be a problem. We have to kill something. And right now, we will want that saddle, but it takes 9. And it takes a lot of hide too. We do want a spyglass. Let's go ahead and do that now. But as you can see, we're going to have trouble making one of those because we need the hide and crystal, 2 things that we don't have access to here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the walls. Now the first thing you want to do is, where do you want to put the door? I'm going to put the door right there, I think. So look at the screen there. It says you want to use the ARK key to get some of those other options. Now that's a single door. That's another that's just taller. And that's a double door. I like that one. Now if I do R again, I get a window. So I'll press the R key a couple more times till I get back to this one. Now I want to press it and start putting in some windows. See there? Oh, went too far. Alright, start doing the next level. Now, this is kind of interesting. I didn't know that they changed this. But this makes sense. See, because I'm going to want to go double. What it makes it a little easier for you in the long run. Keeps everything the same. Now here I want to do that same thing again. I want it to go down if it will. There it is. Go down again. No. Back up a little bit here. Oh man, it's touchy, touchy, touchy. I don't know why it's doing that. Come on, go down. It doesn't want to go down. Will this one go down? Let's see. I better start down here on this end. Since I'm trying to keep everything equal. Come on, right there. Gotcha. Alright, now this one will be full size. And then this one, I want it to go down. There it goes. Alright, then this one will be full size. And, oh, I ran out. And I don't think I can make the door just yet, can I? Oh yeah, I can. I've got what I need. Now, unless someone tells you this or shows you this, you probably won't know that these doors right here, windows, it doesn't matter if it's for a single or a double. The game will use the same door for either. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about the floor. Alright, what do we got going now? I still need some more of these. So I need mostly fiber now. So put away our tool. Whatever it's harvesting, it's way over here somewhere. I probably should warn you now that the walls and stuff are not solid. They're suggestions. The dinosaurs can stick their heads right through them. And they can even bite you right through the walls. Even when you're using something more like stone or metal, because you're high level and you have those options, and you're able to harvest all the stone and the metal you need. It's kind of frustrating, but you're going to find out that that's the way the game is. It's got a lot of quirks. Things that I was hoping they'd fix years and years ago, since this game is not new. But they don't seem to be able to. Come on, harvest. All right. Somebody might say, hey, you're a beach bum. And that's because you're building on the beach. And it's not considered to be a compliment, because everybody wants to be on the beach near the water. Even though it might have some disadvantages. Like, for example, they got those birds that steal stuff from you. They attack you. They do a little bit of damage. But their primary purpose is to pester a beach bum. Anybody who's trying to build on the beach. Okay, so let's see. That's the wall, right? Yep, that's wall. 7 of them? That's probably enough. Now, I'm going to recommend that you always have 2 ways in and out of your structures. In case for some reason a dinosaur's blocking one of them, the other one should be available to you. So you won't get trapped inside your building. Alright, let's left click up here and start right click, left click, placing. Now, can I get this to go down? No, it's not gonna cooperate. It's gonna insist on being up. Well, there's another wall option that I could be using. All right, now, where do I want another way in and out? There's one way down there, so I would probably want it right here. So we'll hold down the E key, left click, and we'll put it back in. But this time, it won't be a wall, it'll be a doorway, like before. Oh, we're missing a wall right here. Alright, R key to get back to the... I'm going to do a window. I guess I should have done windows all the way across here too. So I'll pick these up and redo them. Now we'll go ahead and replace them. Make sure that the windows. There we go. Oh yeah, I need to make a door, don't I? Let's see. Yep, I need to gather some more thatch. So find us a tree. Not much of a tree, but it'll probably work. Oh, our tools are going to need repairs soon, so let's see. Do we have what we need? Oh yeah, we're good. As long as we got some wood. I'm going to have to go get a drink of water soon. And it's now morning. That's what that music was all about. All right, so now let's make ourselves a door. That's a pillar. There it is. Just need the one. Make sure it says door. There we go. Alright, now the thing I need to show you, you see how we're got such a slant? We did have some options. We could have made a bunch of these and stacked them up to center up our walls, but that's a little more difficult to do than this other option. Now, I haven't paid for it yet. I just got a standard wall. So, I don't think I could do it yet. But there's called a quarter wall. Quarter foundation. Well, I guess we could have used those, couldn't we? Yeah, it's another way to do the same thing. We have to take the walls up to do it, though. Where are the quarter walls? That's triangle and quarter foundation. No. Ceilings. I need the quarter wall. There it is, right there. I need 3 points. And what that means is they'll be half as tall as a standard wall, so that you can make everything even. Same height all the way around. Oh dear. I've got that as a window? Yeah, I better redo that. Yeah, let's don't make these as windows. Let's make these as regular walls. Well, that looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, that looks much better. Oh yeah, this one doesn't make any sense. That one doesn't make any sense. All right, let's do that. Redo these. Now it makes sense. The window's not in the dirt. Gotta do the same thing here too. That looks all right. It's close to the dirt, but it's not in the dirt. All right, that looks pretty good. Oh, we can do we just did enough. All right, let's invest in water. And let's find our quarter. Where was that quarter? No, that's the roof. Quarter wall and railings. Here we go. Double click. All right, now let's focus on getting some water. Looks like we don't have to go very far, do we? If you're thinking that you would want to find a server where there is hardly nobody, so you could pick your spot, well, that's a nice idea and everything, but that's pretty hard to come up with. All right, now we want to start making quarter walls, which is it this one? Yeah, right there. I don't have much wood, so I better focus on getting wood. Then it'd be thatch. We're a little bit low on thatch too. All right, now let's switch tools. Uh-oh. We better check our inventory. Let's see, we need wood, we need stone. Okay, we're good, we're safe. Let's go ahead and eat some of this here. Hold down the E key. I can echo. All right. All right, make sure we got the number 1 tool. There it goes. Now I can put the number 1 key and it'll fix it automatically. Now I'll press number 1 again. All right, we're getting kind of full, so let's get back up here and do what we can with the quarter walls. Man, this internet connection is lagging pretty bad. All right, now we need to make a bunch of quarter walls. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get everything even. And that was quarter walls right here. Yep. 15, yeah, that might get the job done. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to go ahead and make this while I'm at it too. I gotta have hide for that. It's going to be a while before I can trap a critter that way. Oh, we're turning red. See over there? That's not good. I may not be able to move. Yep, I can't move. Alright, so we'll push the I key. Then we'll find our quarter walls. There they are. We'll drop them, either clicking or using the letter O key. And then we'll move closer. And then we'll pick those up again. Now I can't move, so if I'm going to install these, I have to be real close. That's not a quarter wall. Let's try that again. Quarter thatch wall. There it goes. See how it'll make it even now? Oh, I got the same problem again. I can't move. All right, so go back into inventory. Drop these. Now my avatar can move. Make sure he's close to the wall first. Then pick those up. And be real careful, because if you move just a slight bit, it will not place where it's supposed to. So make sure your avatar is not moving and you got the place. Oh, what happened? Uh-oh, my internet connection is messing up again. Oh, I'm overheated. Look at that. I think my avatar is going to die. I don't know if going inside the structure will make any difference or not. Nah, the game has decided to kill off my avatar. Now, I could try eating something. Get rid of this first. Sometimes that makes a difference. Keeps your avatar alive. Oh! I don't have a bed yet either, so we're going to have to find our way back here. We're going to get stripped. Everything's going to be left behind. And you see what the problem is? No water. And I'm too far away from the water to get there safely. If I'm going to die, I want to die where I'm at. Oh, it's raining. Raining automatically restores your water level. So don't move, just kind of hang out in a spot. So if you have to go find your avatar, it won't be a problem. Okay, if you look right here, you can see that these numbers are slowly building back up. Got a long ways to go to get back up to full health. But we're not going to die at those that look like. We just have to wait out the emergency. Of course, the first thing I want to install when I get a chance to is a bed. That way, when we die, we don't get into a random location on the map. We get right back to the bed. We have the option to return to the bed and pick up where we left off. Oh, I see my, I see this is, now that I got this displayed, I come down here, I can, oh, I don't have enough thatch. Because see the repair options is not showing. And the reason why it's not showing is I don't have enough thatch. One piece of thatch. Alright, we're healthy enough. Let's go ahead and continue the process with these quarter walls. Like for example right here. Make sure it says quarter wall. Alright, now we need quarter walls again. In fact, I could take these two back. Make sure it says quarter wall. And I could put a full-size wall there. There's a full-size wall. Now I just need one quarter wall. Oh, that's not gonna do me. Actually, I should take all those quarter walls down, shouldn't I? Maybe I should have started up here at the top so I could use full-size walls as much as possible. So let's take all these back. Oh man. I could have sworn it said quarter wall. Did it again. Oh, that time it worked right. The weather events in this game are usually pretty mild. Yeah, I got quarter walls all the way over here too, don't I? I'm going to have to replace all this with full-size walls. Yep, I should start at the top. This is the tallest wall I've got right here. So I'm going to have quarter walls across here to make it even. There we go. There's the quarter walls. That way my roof line will be nice and smooth. But now I have the need for a full-size wall. See how that works? Now I could leave that there, but I'm going to go ahead and use a quarter wall and fill that in instead of pretending it's a window. Alright, now I need full-size walls. And I just used, I think, all my full-size walls, didn't I? No, I still got two left. Alright, so let's start up here. I want to keep this roof line equal. So I'll need quarter walls here. And I'll need quarter walls there. And then I can use full-size walls. But I don't have any more full-size walls, right? Oh yeah, I do. I have two. See, that'll make it even. I don't know. Well, that was enough to get me another level up. Let's see, what are we gonna improve on? I think I'm gonna stick with weight for a while, because I'm having a lot of trouble managing the weight limits. Alright, I see my tools are about ready to go bust on me again. Let's see, I got the wood. Okay, I'm good. I got what I need. I definitely need more wood and more thatch. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need some more fiber too. Oh, I got a tool, don't I? There we go. Gotta have our hands free before we can start picking up stuff. Because the grind on this game is so intense and so demanding, you kind of have to build a little bit at a time. You know, play for a couple hours maybe, and then take a nice long break so that your eyes don't get tired and sore. And then come back another day. I hope it's not my internet connection, but they're not harvesting. Game's pretty demanding, and you have to get used to which plants won't harvest no matter how good your internet connection is. So if you understand what I'm getting at, there's a lot of little quirks in this game you have to put up with. Players have been asking them to fix these quirks so they wouldn't have to be bothered by them, but it just doesn't happen. If you're not knowledgeable of the history, this used to be called ARK Survival Evolved, and the quirks got so bad that they decided to make this one Ascended instead of Evolved. And many of the same old quirks that were so frustrating with Evolved, the first version, that a lot of players just refused to buy the newer version, since that they had promised that if you already had Evolved, you can get the new version for free. Well, they went back on their word on that, and they required everyone to buy the new version. And there was no discount to speak of. So a lot of players felt betrayed, and they refused to buy the new game. I was one of those old players for quite a while. I wouldn't buy this game. Almost a year before I finally gave in. And then I bought the game, played it for a while. Noticed that many of the old quirks were not fixed. Even the map didn't change hardly at all. So I kept asking myself, why do I want to buy the new version, even though it's got all the same problems? Well, maybe not all of the same problems, but most of the same problems. It just didn't make sense to buy the game again just because they changed the name, the last part of the name, a little bit. Instead of calling it Evolved, they call it Ascended. And I've kept having the same problems that I had before. I felt like I got cheated, basically. But what can you do? If you like the basic premise of the game, then at some point you just give in, or you don't give in at all. You just stubbornly refuse to play the game anymore and go look for something else to play. That's pretty much how it worked out. I finally gave in. I'm trying to remember if some of my old how-to play videos are still on YouTube. I've got more than one channel, so they probably are on YouTube still. Okay, now that we're getting into the nitty-gritty, I'll just have to manufacture parts as I need them. Let's see, I need 2 full-size ones right there. I'm going to need a lot of full-size ones. So let's get back into here. Make sure it's full size. Yep, there we go. It'll make 9. Well, I'm going to use this option. Make 6. See how far I get with 6, because I know I'm going to need some more quarter walls. They're actually more like half-size walls. And let's see if the game still requires me to make Windows options, or if it's going to remember. Oh, it's going to make me change it. There we go. So I need to come up here, do this one again. All right, and where else can I use a full-size wall? I'm going to need a lot of quarter walls again. Need one right there. So let's see. These are the, yep. I'm going to do 3, huh? Okay, I'll do the 3. And that would be this right here. Yep. All right, so to even this up, I'm gonna put a full-size wall in there. Yeah. Oh, I ran out. So I need 2 quarter walls and more full-size walls. Except for that end, this will be pretty tall. And I'll probably want to go ahead and finish up the floor all the way down. And I'm going to need a ramp. Can I do a ramp right now? No, I got to have more. So let's see. Yeah, it's mostly thatch all the way, isn't it? Yeah, mostly thatch. All right, have I got the right tool? Now I do. Mostly thatch. Well, if you're getting bored watching this, just think how bored you're going to get playing. Now, I haven't scouted around all that much to see if by chance somebody's got an area where you go and get stuff for free. Stuff that you can't make yet. Whoop. My weight limit is already reached. A lot of these players are sharing stuff that you might need, but not necessarily territory. They don't want you moving in too close because their bases keep getting bigger and bigger. Where are you running from? I don't see anything. Alright, I need to make a ramp anyway. So let's, right here. Yep, that's it. Yeah, let's make it look like stairs. Alright, now we get back on this. See, now I need 2 quarter walls. Make sure it says quarter walls. And then I'm going to need a lot of full-size walls. Oh, 13. I better... Yeah, I better cancel this after it makes one more. Come on, cancel. Alright, so let's see. Weight is still my biggest problem. See, I'm all the way across, and it's flashing red. That got it to yellow. We'll worry about this part later. Let's go ahead and make sure it says quarter. Yep. Now we'll do the full size. And then we're going to need 2 full-size walls. That's full size, yeah. 9, no, that sounds like overkill. Let's go with 6. And see if that'll do the trick. See, 1, 2. I think I better change that to a window. And we'll come on. Come on, get up there. I need one more. Now I want the window. Alright, so everything's even. Yeah, everything's even. So I guess I better start on the ceiling, huh? Let's see, I can left click and drag this over. I don't have very much there. And I don't have very much there. I don't think I can make any ceiling pieces, can I? Well, I can make a few, I guess. One. Yeah, just one. Come on, get in the right spot. No. There you go. Fill the full corner and don't try to make quarter walls and stuff. Now later on, we may switch everything over to wood, or we might wait until we could do stone, because usually stone is what I want. You probably noticed that a lot of other players don't do much until they could do stone. Use thatch to kind of work out your design. Make sure it's going to be big enough for a while. My pick is about to bust. Do I have what I need? Wood. Yep, I do. I didn't think the pick would last this long before it broke. There it goes. Now we'll start doing some wood. Switch tools. Uh-oh. I better check. Let's see. I've got a pretty good bunch of wood. Oh, yeah. Well, let's eat. Well, first of all, let's get rid of this. And this. Now let's eat. Just hold down the E key until it's all gone. And now we need to get some water. We're getting to our limit, so we better focus on getting the fiber. So put away our tool. Make sure our hands are free. Start getting our fiber. Since I'm going to make my fort basically more than one level tall, I think you can go up like 4 levels. And you want to do that right away because you have some really big gates that you want to match the ceilings with. See, I can't make one of those big gates yet, right? What do they call them? Monster gates or humongous gates, something like that. No, I don't see them. I guess I could check to see if I could. I don't think they have one for thatch, but they do have one for wood. So let's see, inventory. Now I want to go over here and we want to put in the word gate. Yeah, this is the first one. You have to be level 18. And you've got these other ones. But this is the one that's really, really big. So I'll have to wait until I'm level 25 for that one. And I think that's just all wood. See, there should be another one that's stone. Yep, there it is. All stone. It's huge. So the biggest dinosaurs pets you can have can get in and out that gate. Only the smaller dinosaurs that get in and out of these gates. And then there's one for metal. There you go. So you see, ooh, level 38. Here's another one at 57. These are special. Fancies. So we've got a long ways to go before we can actually do the gate. So we'll just worry about the flat ceilings, which will probably not be tall enough when I get around to doing the monster gates, because they're like 4 stories tall or something like that. Really way the heck up there. All right, so what are we running out of? We're running out of thatch, it looks like. Yeah, we're going to run out thatch first. Uh-oh. You see that flashing red? Wait. We've already got too much weight. All right, so let's get the big O, and then let's start eating. And let's get back in there. Eat some more. Holding down the E key like an echo. See if we can get this down. All right, not worry about that for now. All right, we got it in the yellow anyway. So now we can slowly walk back up to our construction site. Guess I have to go this way for a little while. Oh, we're hot again. And I've got the cheapest, coolest outfit I could wear. So hopefully we won't die on the outside. We'll die on the inside. So if we can get back to our site, since we don't have a battery thing, we can find everything. All right, let's see how much of this we can get done before we croak. And that's not helping with the heat at all, is it? Yeah, you see the plus sign? Now my water's good, my food is good. Well, we might as well go ahead and eat. We've got this little bit here we can eat. But unfortunately, that's not helping. And you see the plus sign? It's still shrinking. And there's not a thing I could do about it. So, I know what's going to happen. And there's no way to avoid it. It's just not going to. The only thing we could do is maybe in the future, you see down here where it says fortitude, bring this number up so that we can withstand the temperature a little bit better. Now, you could unequip, so you're back down your BVDs, but I seriously doubt it's going to make any difference. Now, I really don't understand why they do this to new players. It seems cruel. See there? I'm standing in the shade, and it's not doing me any good at all. I don't have a bed, so there's no telling where they're going to put me. I'll have to find my way back. Now, I happen to know this map since I've played it. Oh, I don't know, 200-300 hours worth. Different avatars on different servers. Now, do make a note which server you're on, so that you don't have to go hunting through the servers trying to find where your avatar is supposed to be. Otherwise, you'll be starting over again and again and again, and that can get pretty aggravating. There he goes. He's died. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright, now notice it's random location. It does not give me a choice. It doesn't really matter here, but of course we're in zone south number 1. I don't have any beds, so we don't have a choice. We have to do a random location. All right, let's see. Let's get our bearings. All right, so that means my fort that I started is way off over there. And we might make it over there first time. Now notice my avatar has been completely stripped down. And it won't do any good to, collect resources or something. Because we've got some piranhas we have to get past first. We have to swim across. I don't have anything for you to steal, so you can chase me if you want to, but it doesn't make any difference. Yep, you're chasing me. And there's piranhas that might get you. Wow, look at the size of that fish. Saber-tooth salmon, they call it. Oh, there's the little otter. I don't have any fish to give you. You're kind of hard to tame unless I could trap you anyway, and I can't do that. It's too early in the game. So we'll go around this side here. Uh-oh. There's somebody else that didn't make it. Did you see that raptor? I'm gonna be dead soon. Yep, here he comes. He's got metal and he put wood on top of it. I probably should go ahead and just let the raptor eat me and see where I end up this time. Yeah, there's no escape. So here we go again. Of course, I think that's cruel and unusual punishment. But what can I say? Alright, see, yeah, I died back there where the raptors roaming around looking for me to come back for something, but there's nothing for me to come back for. Uh-oh, has he got this whole thing blocked off? This is the crossing point. Oh, this is convenient. Acts like a bridge. Oh. This looks more like a trap than a help. Well, give it a shot. There's another otter. Download cosmic view. Cosmetic mod. This will open a... Nah, I don't... It's too early to be messing with that. And there's no way for me to get past this. These are all metal walls, so there's no doors. Nope, this is a trap. That's locked. Well, if I try to swim that way, I won't last very long. I might as well just swim the whole way. Kind of surprised there hasn't been any piranha. There usually are some piranha. But let's see, if I could see where it says hold the R to dismiss. I don't have anything to try to recover anyway. And there's no ledge, so we'll have to just swim. And see if the piranhas mess with us or not. We're still okay on the oxygen level. What? I make it all the way across without piranhas attacking? Well, that worked out pretty nice. It's kind of hard to get across there otherwise. Okay, so if I could go straight ahead, I would get back to my construction site. But now, a new player wouldn't know this, so how does a new player, find their way back? That's a good question, because I don't know the answer. Unless you've got a bed made, but you need to kill some critters and, hide and everything first. Now, there's a rock in here that shows where the shallow spot is. There it is, right there. Oh, I missed it. I didn't quite make it to the shallow spot. Yeah, the shallow spot's right here. You kind of tell that it's shallow right there. But anyway, a new player wouldn't know all this. Usually there's piranha in that area. So we kind of got lucky on that deal. And we've still got quite a ways to go yet. I'm actually kind of surprised the game put my avatar that far away. That's a little unusual. But they've reworked the game quite a bit, and their attitude don't cut a game player any slack. They're dumb enough to buy our game, then we're sneaky enough, mean enough, what would be the right term, to torture them every chance we get. It's kind of like they're thinking that they have plenty of players that are dedicated to the game, so they can be just as mean and nasty as they want to be. Otherwise, they have to put another server online, and it's kind of expensive, and it uses up a lot of electric. So they're probably not too anxious to do that. All right, now I'm going to be trapped here, I think, too. Unless they've got a way to some stairs or something. Ah, they do. They have some stairs. Alright, that was a big help. And they have stairs going back down. That's going to be a big help. Excellent. Now, can I get around these buildings back to my construction site without having to go into the water? Because this water over here can be really dangerous. Now, the other thing I want to do, is there any indication of a site where somebody could pick up free stuff as a new player? Cosmic mod? No, I don't want to download any cosmic mods. Those are locked. And that's locked. So, no freebies for new players. There's got a cooler out here on the beach. And it's locked also. And it's locked, so no freebies. No signs. Usually they put a sign up saying new player. Oh, look there. He's got a rock golem. But I don't see any signs suggesting there's some free stuff that a new player could claim, so I guess there's nothing in this neck of the woods. I probably could find something somewhere else. Now, the female dodo birds, I think I've already said once before, that at some point you do want to have some of those as pets because they lay eggs that you can eat. Okay, let's see. We should be getting fairly close. Assuming we don't get killed again. Also, there's used to be a place where you could pick up a booster. It looks like a ruin site that was abandoned a long, long time ago. I'm not really hungry or thirsty just yet, but I'm not seeing the ruin site yet. If I do come across it, I'll find a box I can open, and normally that gives you a bit of a boost. I don't have anything for you to steal, so boy, pretty fancy. They can't see me, can't attack me. I would have thought by now I would have found it. Kind of like might have been an old church or something. Long, long time ago. Not much left. Well, I'm not seeing it. I guess it's possible they could have removed it. There's one of those pesky birds that steal from you. And they always seem to know what to steal from you. What will hurt the most. Okay, let's see, I think it's a little further. My construction site should be over in this area. That's weird. I could have sworn I would have come across it by now. One of the problems when you don't have a bed to return to, finding your old construction site. Of course, I'm assuming the game didn't remove it. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to take me a while to find it again, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here. Since I don't seem to be finding it. So, be well. Let's see, how do I turn my avatar around? I don't have any pets. So whistling's not going to do any good. What key was it that you pushed to get your avatar to turn around? I should be in the right spot. But anyway, we press the M key like in Michael. It tells you where your lat longs are. So you can tell somebody where you are. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for me to keep recording this game. All right, so let's see. Let's hit the old Windows key, change screens, and stop the